Hi, Sagittarius. We are looking at this is for new love. This is for those of you who are seeing someone, and this is a potential for love to grow between you and a new person. This is not for you singles who aren't seeing anyone. This is for those of you who are seeing someone, but you're at the very beginning stages of this relationship. So let's get into it. Some of you could definitely be dealing with a Gemini. It also could be an earth sign, someone with air and earth in their chart. But for the purpose of this reading, I'll just say that I'm picking up more strongly for an air energy, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. Now, this relationship at this time, I feel like this person may have come into your life just out of nowhere, right? And has quickly kind of made you feel or gave you the communicated in a way that you probably feel like they want something long term, something stable, or that is possible. How you were communicating, they match that communication. And I feel like you have become in a place with them that you feel like you don't have to have your guard up. So some of you have brought your guard down, and you may feel not so much that you can trust them, but you may for yourself feel like there's nothing for me to fear here, so I could kind of enjoy this and enjoy this person. This person came to you at a time in their life when they were very unstable and they were trying to just get to a place of peace for themselves. And I do feel like they had someone that they were in a significant relationship or headed to a relationship with someone. And it could be money problems that they're going through or breakdown with someone now money is the objective that may still make them a little stressed out, right? So this person may come with their own level of stress and they need a lot of time to meditate. And at times they could even come across moody, if that makes sense. Because again, you can have someone who is going through a lot of things beneath the surface that you or no one is really aware of. Okay. And they may feel at times with you that, again, because they came in so quickly or it all happened so quickly, that, again, that mood comes in where they may not feel like there's a real fit between the two of you. So sometimes may become disconnected or quiet, and that is them being in that mood. For others of you, it could be because they have to wait around to see, if you open up, if you're giving them some attention or interest, and that may make them feel like you're giving them like mixed messages here. I don't feel like you are anticipating love connection from this person. For some of you, you may feel like they're kind of emotionally manipulating, or again, you don't see the connection on an emotional level. And I do feel that they could be in communication with someone, but again, it's just communication. I feel like they're a past person. They've put that behind them, but they still are dealing with the effects of what happened between those two. But they, again, it could be someone who's just very open, go with the flow type of person. If they're talking to you, they could be talking to someone else as well. But nothing too serious is going on with them. Now, the challenge here, I do feel, is I feel like the challenge, as far as the way you see it, is that, again, no growth. So you may not feel like this situation is going anywhere. Um, and I feel like they may feel restless because they're not getting their needs met either. So the huge thing that I see between the two of you is two people who've come together based upon trauma, right? And two of you could have come into each other's lives when you were both at a place where you were in transition, right? And this could be trying to stabilize yourself personally or emotionally, getting to a place of full understanding of oneself. And you both were trying to overcome some form of trauma. And however that manifests within each of you creates a different need from both of you. So how he needs to or she needs to be handled is different, and what the two of you are looking for at this time are different from each other. And that's why there may be this realization that I'm not necessarily happy or not necessarily getting what I want, because again, the love languages could be quite different. And I almost feel like you're not necessarily looking for a commitment at this time, Sagittarius. And when that person comes. For some of you, You are definitely still connected to your past, and you have someone here who isn't connected to their past. Again, they don't have the best fond memories of their past, so they're trying to get past the past, but they're not able to because they may still have unresolved issues with their past. And so that may make them again shut down at times on you, or just need some time to themselves, that sort of thing, where you have a better handle on it, and you may be feeling like, yeah, well, I'm still kind of open to a pass of some sort. Some of you just may not be attracted to this person, and again, that's why you may feel so confident and go with the flow, because again, you probably aren't anticipating anything to come out of it. Now, you do appreciate their sincerity, because I do feel like this could be someone who's very honest emotionally, who's very open when they are open. They're quite honest about their feelings and where they stand. And they're very clear about where they're going or who they are, even though a part of them can seem very disheveled and unstable, right? But that's just kind of who they are and where they are in their life right now. And I feel like they can appreciate you aren't someone that's just going to run into something. Like, they do appreciate that you're taking your time. And that could be because they need someone that isn't, rushing them into anything or necessarily giving them an ultimatum, that sort of thing. They may appreciate that you're still around. You haven't completely left them and moved on completely. And this is, again, new love. This is not an ex or anything like that. This is new love that is in your life, but they are at a stage where they appreciate that it hasn't completely disconnected, or you haven't just up and left, that sort of thing. But what's coming up for the two of you? Well, your actions in the future will be to kind of avoid a disaster and pull out. So that will be no more invites, no more, putting a little bit of extra energy and effort into this. I just feel like some of you Sagittarius feels like this isn't going anywhere. And you may, again, have realized that immediately, it seems to me. Yeah, you may have realized that immediately. And so I don't feel like you guys are going to put any more energy into this. If you do, it will probably be obvious that you're kind of not into this by the time we get into December timeframe. And your person, although they kind of probably feel like, well, this isn't really going anywhere, or we're not on the same page, it's really not progressing forward. And they do also acknowledge that they may not even be ready for anything seriously committed, because this is a person who is very much an individual, and they need to kind of live life on their own terms. And again, it could come across a bit unstable, but they're just in a place in their life where they don't have certain rules and regulations on them, and they don't require that of themselves either. So it's kind of like where life is taking them, it takes them. And they stand by that. So they are true to themselves. And if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. I do feel like they probably want it to, but at the same time, they acknowledge and is very clear about themselves, whether they share it with you or not, that they're in a transitional phase in their life. And so, whatever's coming their way, it may not work, it may work, but they're going to still be true to themselves. And so as a result, the outcome is really this not going anywhere, to be honest with you. Sagittariuses that are in new love relationships. And again, this is a general, so it's meant for entertainment purposes. Don't take a situation and, self-sabotage because you hear a reading say, well, it's not going to go anywhere. You can only be more confirmed in that if it's you that's like, yeah, I agree, it's not going anywhere, or you get a personal reading. So that being said, again, in a general sense, I don't see this really going anywhere because the foundation has not been laid, because there's no real action toward a real foundation together. And then the two of you could be quite different in your love experience. Someone has been in a relationship for a very long time, so they know what it takes to sustain a relationship, to be in it for a long time, the ebb and flows that long-term relationships come with. And someone else has always been in kind of like an in and out. It could have been like, I've never been in a 2-year relationship, or my relationships have never lasted as long as a relationship you've been in. So again, there's a difference in understanding of relationship and expectation as well. I feel like this person that you're seeing, Sagittarius, may want something long term and something that they can rest their hat on because they haven't had that level of security. It just seems to me that once security comes for them, it shakes up and it changes after time. It never lasts for a very long time. And I feel like they kind of get a bit weary of it and tired of it. And that's why they have developed this kind of protective way that they kind of take things as they come and not to expect too much because, again, it hasn't proven to be something that they can rest their hat on. So that's what I have for you, new love couples out there, or general energy for those of you Sagittarius who are experiencing new love. Do share in the comment section below any of you that can relate to this. And again, this is for some of you who are seeing someone and it's very new and it's very fresh. And that's what I have for you guys. Again, I'd love to hear from you. Otherwise, check me out next time with the next reading, I guess. Take care, guys.